Killing men is something I do better than anything else. There's a dare to it, and no little danger to myself, and I enjoy it.
Howdy, I'm Rob Word. Welcome to Word's Way Back, where we are presenting a double bill of excitement. Two films, one based on a true Western legend, Tom Horn. The other one, a creation of Harry Julian Fink, the man who created Dirty Harry. First, we're going to watch Tate, starring David McLean, written by Harry Julian Fink. It was a half-hour summer replacement on NBC, the summer of 1960. So that's when about 40 westerns every week were on TV. So what's the character's unique quality? The cool weapons were pretty much gone. Yancey had his Derringer, Bat had his cane, Bat Masterson. The rifleman had, well, you know what he had. And Jim Bowie had a knife named after him. So the cool stuff was gone. So Harry Julian Fink said, we're going to make our hero a Civil War veteran with a handicap. He lost the use of his left arm, but he came back as a hired gun like Paladin, and he was fast with his gun. This 13 episodes of this show were so well constructed, and it was successful as a replacement, but somehow it didn't get picked up. The shows themselves were special. The one this evening is called The Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter is portrayed by Robert Culp, and he is fabulous in this. He's got knock-knees, walks very cool. My dad always said, how could you have a knock-kneed cowboy? Well, Robert Culp had charisma. That's why. In this episode, you'll see Robert Redford as a gunslinger. You'll see Academy Award-winning actress Louise Fletcher. She won her Oscar as the evil Nurse Ratchet, or maybe she was kind and just hit it in a certain way in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's a solid show. David McLean is Tate, and he was the Marlboro Man before he took this on. After it was over, after the 13 episodes of Tate were finished, he did several episodes of Gunsmoke, Laramie, Tales of Wells Fargo, Death Valley Days. He was busy, but he caught cancer because he had been given all of these Marlboro cigarettes while he was their man. He died of cancer in 1995 at the age of 73, but not before he went before the tobacco companies in an effort to get them to do the right thing. Our second program stars Chuck Connors before he was the rifleman. Chuck Connors was a baseball player, played for the Brooklyn Dodgers beforehand. He loved baseball. He was 6'6", and decided after he was cast in his first part, Pat and Mike, a Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn film, that he wanted to become an actor. And he did. The Rifleman ran for 5 years, was extremely popular, but before he did that, he appeared in a wide variety of programs, including Tales of Wells Fargo and The Adventures of Superman. But he was also in a forgotten series, Frontier, produced by Hal Roach Studios, called The Assassin, where he plays a fictionalized version of Tom Horn. You know, the regulator that Steve McQueen played in his last film. What kind of a man was he? Well, you'll see an intense, evil Chuck Connors in this. It's a frightening performance and really, really good. In fact, so good that he probably got cast in The Big Country, the William Wyler film, as Burl Ives' worthless son. That was a big breakthrough for him. It got him the part as Lucas McCain on The Rifleman. In fact, that performance frightened young Johnny Crawford so much he had second thoughts about doing the series. Let's watch them both right now. Thank you for joining us. This is a very special double feature, so if you like it, leave us a comment, subscribe, join our Patreon posse because we need you. If you like Westerns, join us. And you could also join us on our podcast, A Word on Westerns podcast, that I host with my son, R.J. Word. They're a lot of fun to listen to, and the double feature tonight is very special. And we always feel special when you join us. So let's get to it right now. Our double feature of Tate and the Assassin.
That sorrel outside. Who does it belong to? I said, who owns that sorrel?
That's my horse, boy. That's my gun.
You filth! You dirty filth!
What's your name, boy? What's your name?
Torset.
I don't place you. Who was it? Your father? Your brother? I'd like an answer, boy.
My father, gunfighter. Is that good enough? My sister's dying from the same shotgun blast. Jeremy, Texas. Is that good enough? You know who I am now?
Son, I was in Jeremy about 2 months ago. I saw a homestead burning and I went to take a look. There was nobody around, so I didn't put my nose into it. It was a dirty thing. I had nothing to do with it.
I found your hoof prints. Your gun shells.
I said it was there. And my gun used a common kind of shell.
I'm gonna kill you. And if I don't, I hired a bounty hunter that will. $250, mister. That's exactly what your life is worth. How much did you get paid to do it?
I suppose I ought to see this through. But I'm on my way north to the railhead, and your town's 1,000 miles away. Now, you go back home and speak to a man named Kincaid.
The man who hired you to kill my father?
He tried to, but I turned him down when I heard what he had in mind for me. Now, you follow me, boy. I might have to kill you. And that's a thing I have no desire to do.
Aren't you going to wait for your haircut?
Tate! Tate!
You don't give me much choice.
Only to die.
You saw how it happened. Tell it that way. If his bounty hunter friend comes, tell him he'll have to earn that $250.
Yes, sir.
Do you keep rooms?
No, sir. There's a little village 12 miles to the north. There's a hotel.
Well, I've come a long way over those mountains. Could I spend a night in the smithy shop?
Sure, you're welcome to that.
Would you sell me some feed for the horse?
He looks hard-traveled. McConnell's the name. Sean McConnell.
McConnell?
That's right.
Tate.
Irish?
Scotch.
Gee,
Irish on my grandfather's side.
I suppose you know it was the Irish who introduced the bagpipes into Scotland. Their national instrument.
Yes, sir. To our national disgrace.
Well, I'll say this for the Scotch. I had a Scotch poet once, Robert Burns, whom I greatly admire. You know of him?
Yes, sir.
You know his rhyming?
Yes, sir, some. And I've had occasion to read yours. The Nevada Sentinel in a barber shop. The dark hills lie green, and small things unseen are close to God.
Ah, man, don't recite. You've no ear for it. You like my rhyming?
Very much.
Good. Come in and have supper with us. You're welcome. This is my wife, and this is my youngest daughter.
Yeah?
There's chicken and dumplings, Mr. Tate. Do you like them?
Yes, ma'am.
God bless me puny. They make him puny nowadays.
I'm prone to agree with you. How old you say you were?
62. And wishing I was younger. Practice, man. It's an act, not strength.
You could have fooled me. It pays for tobacco at that.
Would you like to hear me recite my poetry?
Yes.
Mr. Tate must be tired. It's time for bed.
Bed. All right. Good night.
You better take this lantern.
Thank you.
And I have a raincoat for you. The rain's let up for a little while. You know, this land is so much like Sean. Gentle, rough, unpredictable.
My wife liked the rain. How old were you when you married him?
17. I've loved him since I was a child. By the time I'm 30, we'll probably have 8 children. When he's gone, I'll have them to remember him by.
Good night.
An hour later. Makes no difference at all to me, mister. Turn around. I won't say it again, I'll just kill you.
I didn't kill that girl.
Oh. I just work for the bounty, mister.
Well, I got $400 in my pocket.
Uh-huh. I took it. That's a lovely thing. Oh, I do hate the rain. Purely hate rain. There's gonna be a lot of water in that river tonight. You ever get stuck in quicksand?
No.
I did. I'd rather wrestle a bear and cross that quicksand again, rope or no. It's a handsome woman. She married to the old man?
That's right.
I must get restless.
The ford's the only crossing for 100 miles. It's either that or go around.
Through Blackfoot country?
That's right.
Might be worthwhile just to stay.
Get out of here. I mean now.
You got a bad bark on, man. You bite, too?
Andy!
Let's go.
Kill him. You get him on the other side of the river and you kill him.
Isn't there anything you can do?
It's not my fight.
All right. I'm purely a pig sometimes. The old man asked for it. But I believe in heaven and hell, Mr. Tate. Did you know that girl and Jeremy's still alive?
The boy told me.
Well, I get my bounty whether I bring you in pig or pork. Did you know that?
I know it.
I come a long way for $250. You ever wonder why?
There's a young girl dying, waiting for some dirty buckshot to work its way to her heart. I guess that's reason enough.
Yeah. My wife died that way. During a rebellion in Kansas. It was meant for me.
I told you I didn't do it, mister. Not to your wife, not to the girl.
see. She'll say so.
Blessed rope at? It's gone. The river must have been high last night. Quicksand will shift in high water. That's an ugly way to die, Sandy.
But I tell you, if that girl back in Jeremy isn't alive when we get there, to say you wasn't the one that done it to her, you're dead. The only thing that's keeping you alive right now is that you stopped me back there. You're doing evil. Says maybe you believe in heaven and hell, too. Maybe you didn't shoot the girl. So you want to lead off in a straight line where the rope was so as we can find out? Go on.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Tate! Tate!
Why? All you had to do was walk away.
Give me my gun and a day's start. You owe me that much.
No.
That girl's gonna die, Sandy.
We'll go back to the way station. Well, with McConnell, I'm going into town to send a telegram. I'm taking your husband with me. I'll only be gone a few hours. If he's loose when I come back, or if he's got a gun, I'll shoot your husband quick as I'd shoot a dog.
Sandy, I don't know what drives you, fear of God or fear of the devil, but I swear by both. You hurt that old man, I'll kill you. Haven't seen a stage come by. Why not?
The river's holding up the northbound, and there's none due from Jessieville.
I see.
I can't help you now, Mr. Tate. You know that.
Yes, ma'am.
If I did give you a gun, could you kill that man first?
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
I have to feed the baby.
Sure.
We'll leave in the morning.
You send a telegram?
Mm-hmm.
Is the girl still alive?
No. She died 2 days ago. The sheriff told me to turn you loose, since she can't identify. I said I'd already killed you. Told me to bring in your body, and he'd give me the bounty. Now, I have to know, Mr. Tate. Did you kill the girl? I used to dream about my wife, gunfighter. Before I hunted down and killed the men that murdered her. And then the men like the men that murdered her. Men like you. If you killed the girl in Jeremy and I'd turn you loose, I'm afraid I'm going to dream again. And they're bad dreams. I read a book one time about the Black Ages and something they call a trial by ordeal. We'll let God decide whether or not you kill that girl. I'm gonna give you your trial. The gun or the river. You got your choice. The quicksand don't get you. Or if I don't kill you, I guess that proves that you're innocent. But if you go down, either way, well, then I guess that proves that you done it to her. Now.
You don't give me much choice, do you? Shot in the back, one in the front.
Now.
Well, I want to thank you both. For the leg, for everything.
Look, man, I hate to see you go. You're welcome to stay for as long as you please.
Thank you. But I got to see a man in Jeremy, Texas. I should have done it long ago.
Are you still puny?
Ha ha. 1896. Killing in the Iron Mountain country of Wyoming. Done by Thorpe Henderson to a nameless man. The provocation was not known. At least it wasn't talked about. And in the wilderness, tactic of ambush, the cunning of silence, and the quick, lonely slaying of a man Thorpe Henderson had been paid to kill.
School teacher. Killing men is something I do better than anything else. There's a dare to it. And no little danger to myself. And I enjoy it. Like you enjoy what you can do better than anything. Your business, your profession, or something secret only you know about. And all the time, smiling inside yourself. Because what you do can't be equaled by anyone, anywhere. And they pay me for it. Good pay and high pay, like anyone gets for a thing that's better and neater and cunnier. I kill, and folks know me where I walk. Some glad at me, some turn away, but they know me where I walk. I kill, and there's more to it than the money. I reckon that gives Thorpe Henderson a corner on the market.
Killer, gunslinger. What need for a man like that?
There was a use for him once.
No more. Now he walks the town of decent men and women. Man like me, woman like my wife in there, and a killer walks the town.
He ain't left a mark. Much as we've looked for it, he ain't left a mark proving he's a murderer.
Something else, Marshal. He ain't never denied one, neither.
But you'll come back to me.
Yes, Evie?
When?
Would it make a difference whether soon, real soon, or months away? Would it, Evie?
No. No, not here, Thorpe. Their eyes haven't left us. They'll talk.
Let them.
But no, I don't want them to know.
They were the secret times, so let them stare now. Secret times. You remember, Evie?
Not here, Thorpe. Please. Say goodbye to me somewhere else.
School teacher. Afraid of the light of day. Afraid of the eyes of a town.
I teach their children. That's all I want them to know about me.
When I'm back from Cheyenne, I'll take you from school teaching. And you'll love me open and not be ashamed of the love.
Why do you have to go to Cheyenne?
I've told you.
Look, I've heard even the children say it.
What?
That you're going to a killing. That you're going where killing's to be done.
Do you mind what they say, Evie? You know what I figure? No matter what, you don't mind.
Don't go.
Cattlemen hired me for a job of work in Cheyenne. How do I say to them? School teacher whispered, don't go. So take your job of stock detective, gentlemen, and give it to someone else. The woman Eve said, don't go. How would that sound to the cattle owners? Now you tell me. School teacher said, don't take their money. Don't fool with them cattle rustlers, Thorpe. School teacher said, stay with me, love me. That's it, Evie. That's how a goodbye ought to be. Howdy, gents. I said howdy, gents.
Ladies seem to be enjoying their Thorpe.
I was telling her goodbye. Like I stopped to say to you. Goodbye.
Going someplace?
Cheyenne. Seems there's need for stock detective. A good one. Not like you were once, Harlan.
Ain't nobody does it quite like you, is there, Thorpe?
No.
You get hired on, cattle rustlers just vanish from the earth.
I put a scare in him, I guess. Just my name alone. Just my name gets whispered, and rustlers do just like you said. Not a trace of them on the face of the earth.
How many graves you dug for him in the wilderness, Thorpe?
Why, none, Mr. Donnelly. Or maybe a score. I don't rightly remember. Seems I wouldn't remember about you if I had to dig yours.
He didn't mean nothing, Thorpe.
Oh, reckon he didn't. Reckon he wouldn't want to spoil my goodbye, me saying it so nice.
Man, it'd be crazy to spoil a goodbye of yours, Thorpe.
He would, son. It's a thing I learned from the Apache when I was running after Geronimo. A thing I learned in the Pleasant Valley Wars when I was sheriff's deputy. Man gives you his hand in friendship. Take it, and be glad for it.
You said you was going to Cheyenne. You coming back?
I reckon I got to.
Why?
Promised the lady. Be cruel I don't keep my promise to her.
Crueler if you do. To her, to the whole town.
You think that for true, Marshal?
We don't need you here anymore, Thorpe. Town's changed. It's clean. It's got law. No need for a man like you anymore.
And you saying it right out like that, right to my face. Saying to a man he's got no use to being.
Don't come back, Thorpe.
I reckon now I got to for sure. Lady saying things to me. You saying things. Be seeing you, gents. A little time, a long time. But I'll see you again.
You talk big, Marshal. You said to him, don't come back.
Yeah.
How you gonna keep him from it?
Put murder on him. Arrest him for it. Try him, hang him.
You said yourself he never left no mark.
You remember the killing of the Massey boy?
Boy of 14. How could we not remember?
His father was a cattle raider, 'twas said. Stole cattle from Mr. Vender's herd, 'twas said.
Said, too, that Vender killed the boy, thinking it was the boy's pa.
Wanted to shred the evidence against him. I tried to hang him hard as a man could, but there wasn't a thing against him. And a boy murdered in the night, and no one to pay for it.
You thinking something, Marshal?
Thorpe's business is cattle raiders. He tracks them, murders them. Might be boy got in his way. Cattle raider's son. That's what I was thinking.
You do that? Get him hanged for something you ain't sure about?
And it'd be good and right and just. There's got to be an end to men of his breed. Just ain't any use to his being. Not anymore.
Thorpe, in the name of heaven, leave me alone. I didn't do nothing to you.
Barkeep.
Listen, Thorpe. I don't want to draw.
Barkeep!
Listen to me a minute, will you? I didn't mean to bump you. I just saw somebody I thought I knew. I hadn't seen her in a long time. You know how it is. I ran toward her, and I didn't look where I was going.
Give the gent a drink of whiskey. Drink it, mister. Settle you down. You ain't settled now. And I don't want to take advantage.
Drink it.
At least you got a taste of it. Maybe what's come won't feel so bitter.
Nobody gonna help me?
You crazy?
It just ain't that important, that's all. There's other things more important. Get yourself mixed up in a little killing, what for? Man your size.
Was getting restless. What you here for, Harlan?
There's some work over in Montana if you'd care to. Man named Smith's worried about some cattle rustlers over in Miles City.
Guess I could give you Mr. Smith's satisfaction. They rustlers for true?
Some men. Mr. Smith's got his reasons. He don't want them around much longer.
I don't care how many they are. I can handle them, you know that, Harlan. If Mr. Smith cares to give me the work, I can do it for him.
It needs talking about, price and everything. Mr. Smith's got a room across the street. He's going to meet us there.
Sure.
Mr. Morse, Thorpe Henderson.
What you writing?
He's Mr. Smith's man, waiting for him. Writing some bills of lading for cattle or something.
Now what?
Well, sit and wait, I guess. Get the glasses. Say, Thorpe, help me out, would you, as an expert? You were in Laramie when the Massey boy was killed, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
Who do you think did it?
Just this talk I did. Seems every killing happens that I'm nearby. They say Thorpe Henderson's been at it again.
Massey boy was only 14.
No difference, as far as I'm concerned, anyhow. What about this job of work Mr. Smith wants me to do?
Yeah, he'll be here soon. How do you figure it was done?
What?
The Massey boy.
No. I figure it was this way. Suppose a man was in the drawer to the right of the gate of the Massey house. You know where that is. Well, I suppose a man was in that drawer and the kid came running up on him and saw him. Then the kid started running for the house and the fella killed him to keep the kid from running into the house and start a commotion.
Well, suppose you'd been in the drawer. Would you be, well, what would you be doing in the drawer in the first place?
Be wanting to kill his daddy. Be waiting for him. Everybody knows Massey was connected with some stock rustling.
Mr. Vender's stock?
Sure, there's talk of it all around Laramie.
How far away would you say the Massey boy was when he was shot? Thorpe, how far away would you say the boy was when he was shot?
200 yards. 300, I guess.
Thorpe, is that about as close as you like to get when you kill a man?
About. Just about.
Thorpe, let me ask you this. I hear you've been getting about $600 for a killing. You killed Lewis when he was riding fence in Texas, didn't you? I'd like to see the expression on his face.
Most surprised man I ever saw.
How about that other thing?
What other thing?
The $600 for the killing.
I've been paid that.
How about the Massey boy?
Huh?
You get paid before or after the job?
I always get paid before I do any job of work.
Thorpe, I'm putting you under arrest.
Before?
The Massey boy killing. You confessed it all, Thorpe. Morse has got it down in writing.
You put words in my mouth. He took them all down. I didn't confess to nothing. Nothing!
Laramie
Laramie County Courthouse, October 11th, 1902. Thorpe's attorney was named Arthur Stoddard, one of the best legal brains in the state. For the prosecution, Harvey Rogers, young man of brilliance. The presiding judge's name was Benson. He did much of the cross-examination.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the testimony that you're about to give before this court is the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Take the stand.
Miss Curtis, how long have you lived here in Laramie?
4 years.
And how long have you been teaching school?
4 years.
Now, Miss Curtis, will you tell me what your relation is with the defendant?
Relation?
How well you know him?
Quite well.
And what does that mean?
I know him. I like him.
Is that all?
Your Honor, I'm not quite sure I know what you mean.
In preliminary hearing, the defendant testified that he was with you at the time when William Massey was murdered. Is that correct?
I don't know. What time was William Massey murdered?
Everyone in town knows that it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, ma'am. The defendant said that...
He's a liar.
Let me finish.
You're a liar, foul-mouthed liar.
She can't say. She can't tell us. School teacher. You told her that she loved you. She told the truth about being with me. They'd shame her right out of town.
I'm under holy oath here, Your Honor. And I tell you that I was not with Thorpe Henderson at 2 o'clock in any morning in my life. I wouldn't be with any man alone and after dark unless he were my betrothed. He lied.
Thank you, Miss Curtis.
Any man who would lie in a matter like this, in a matter which casts a shadow over a good woman's name, would he not stoop to murder?
On the third day of the trial, Thorpe Henderson took the stand. He stated the nature of his business was stock detective, having to do with cattle.
I keep track of their cattle in a general way. The nature of my work is to see that they're all branded proper and that there's no stealing of them.
And in case there is a stealing?
Then I find out who's stealing the cattle.
Then what do you do? Then what do you do, Mr. Henderson? Answer me. I hear you're a bragging man, sir. One who likes to talk about himself. Talk about yourself a little bit. Never had a better audience. What do you do? Bring them to justice? Testify against them in an open trial?
I guess so.
You guess so. What happens to the men you catch cattle stealing, Thorpe?
I don't remember.
I hear it said that you become judge, jury, and executioner when you catch...
Object! Hearsay.
Sustained.
Listen.
Of course. We want to hear what you have to say, Thorpe.
A cattle thief deserves to die, don't he? You ask anybody. You're so smart, you ask anybody what happens to cattle stealers.
Kill him.
Sure.
Shoot him down like dogs.
Sure.
Like you did. Like you have done.
Object! My client is on trial here for the murder of William Massey, and not for some...
On trial because he's something evil and festering.
Order. Order in this courtroom. Objection sustained.
I want to read you something, Thorpe. Are you listening? Taken down word for word. The Hoffman Hotel, Cheyenne, April the 13th this year. Do you remember, Thorpe? Harlan asked you, what about the Massey kid? And you replied, I think it was this way. Suppose a man was in the draw to the right of the Massey's house. You know where that is. Well, I suppose a man was in that draw.
All right, all right.
All right what?
I said it. But that don't mean I did it.
But you described the way the murder was done exactly.
The only way the murder could have been done.
Oh? How would you know that?
Because I know. Because I know about those things.
I see. Now listen to this. Harlan, What would you be doing in the draw in the first place? Henderson. Be wanting to kill the kid's daddy. Be waiting for him. Am I quoting you correctly? Was that the language used by you?
Harlan put words in my mouth.
Now, I don't see how, Thorpe. I don't see how at all. He asked you if you had any objection to killing a 14-year-old boy, and you said...
You listen here. You listen. You want to get rid of me, that's all. You're scared. And you don't know what to do with me, so you want to hang me.
Not scared, Thorpe. Not anymore.
You are. All they have to do is hear my name and they run. I'm Thorpe Henderson, and they run! Folks know me where I walk. Some glad hand me, some turn away. But they know me where I walk.
One thing you can be sure of, Thorpe. We're gonna get rid of you. It's the 1900s. Man like you's out of date.
You got to hang me, don't you? You're cowards. All of you! All of you.
On Friday, October 24th, after 5.5 hours of deliberation, the jury brought in its verdict. Thorpe was found guilty of murder.
The jury has done its duty. They need have no fear of blood guiltiness upon their heads. And in accordance with their verdict, I sentence you to be hanged by the neck until you are dead.
Shortly after, Thorpe and another condemned man broke out of prison. They were pursued and cornered finally in an alley in Laramie.
Thorpe, no use running anymore. One of us is bound to kill you. Want it in the back like him? Killer like you. Great killer. You could have had one, maybe two of us.
I'm done, Harlan. I'm tired. Take me to it. Take me to my hanging.
Killer. Apache hunter. Standing like a whipped dog.
Yes.
Like a coward. Afraid. Used up. Begging to die.
They'd gathered the militia in Laramie and roped off the crowds that had come to see Thorpe Henderson hanged before dawn. The device that was to spring the gallows was a vessel of running water placed on a balanced beam.
Good citizens. I look as scared as them.
He wrote a letter in his death cell. Still claimed he was innocent.
You see it, Harlan?
Yes. He was a bad man. Just now, the last bad man in the territory. He killed with cunning. Seems like his own way was the only way to use against him. Seems like. But 'twas true law that hanged him.
It happened that way, moving west.
On Frontier, names of persons and places are sometimes changed. The facts remain. Tonight's story was such a story.